Warriors of Dominion, Zeus speaks. The arena has shifted. And one misunderstood hero is quietly reshaping one of the strongest lineups in the current meta. Most players look at this team and focus on the wrong thing. They see Fluffy, and immediately their mind goes to one old idea. Usurpation. The cancel. The interrupt. That classic moment where Fluffy shuts down one critical enemy ultimate and creates an opening for the rest of the team. Before we continue, a quick reminder for Hero Wars Alliance players on Android. Huawei AppGallery has several June promotions running right now, and the most important one is the new Summer Vibe campaign. EU players can unlock an extra 5% coupon back through this limited time offer, but it is only available until June 30th and will not continue after June. The Road to Glory campaign is also still active. Players in selected countries can get up to 25% coupon savings and up to 25% savings on physical prizes. Other countries also have a 20% coupon campaign available. On top of that, UK and Italy users can enjoy special PaySafeCard rewards with up to 9% back. Make sure to check the campaign links in the description, join the new official AppGallery Discord for full details, and don't wait too long because some offers have limited stock. And yes, that part of his kit still matters. It still has value. It can still swing a fight when timed correctly. But if you think Fluffy is in this lineup only for that reason, then you are seeing maybe 10% of what he actually brings. You are staring at the spark. And missing the entire fire. Because the real reason Fluffy carries this composition starts with Deal with the Devil. For 12 full seconds, every allied hero becomes completely immune to enemy basic attacks. Not reduced. Not softened. Not partially mitigated. Immune. And every blocked attack is reflected back at the attacker. That single effect changes the entire rhythm of the fight. Now look at the heroes Fluffy is protecting. Augustus? Cascade? Orion? These are not frontline heroes. They are high-value magic cores. Explosive, dangerous, and capable of overwhelming an enemy team if they are allowed to function. But they are also fragile. If they are left exposed, basic attacks can tear them apart before their engine fully starts. Fluffy solves that problem. He creates breathing room. He buys time. And in this lineup, time is everything. But his value goes even deeper. To hell and back is where Fluffy stops being just protection and becomes insurance. For 10 seconds, the entire team is protected from death. And if an ally falls during that window, they do not stay down. They return immediately. They recover a massive portion of their health. And their attack is permanently increased for the rest of the fight. That changes the math of every trade. Normally, when a carry dies, the damage engine collapses. Here, losing a carry can actually make them stronger. The machine does not shut down. It resets. And it comes back hotter. That is not the toolkit of a simple cancel hero. That is the backbone holding this entire composition together. But protection only matters if the thing you are protecting is dangerous enough to justify it. And this is where the real engine begins. Cascade's Elemental Surge is the conversion point. It turns the basic attacks of every intelligence hero on the team into magic damage. Suddenly, the lineup becomes aligned under one damage type. One system. One pressure point. Everyone is speaking the same language now. Everyone is dealing magic damage. The only exception is Augustus. And that exception is intentional. Because Augustus does not need conversion. He was built for this from the beginning. His role is not to join the system. His role is to break the enemy open. Every time Augustus attacks, he strips away enemy magic defense. Layer by layer. Stack by stack. And those stacks build faster than many players realize. But the terrifying part comes after the defense is gone. Once magic defense is fully penetrated, Augustus changes the rules completely. Incoming magic hits become pure damage. No reduction. No resistance. No mitigation. Just raw numbers landing at full force. Now think about the setup. A team converted into magic attackers. Firing into enemies whose magic defense is being erased. Until every hit becomes full value damage. That is not just synergy. That is execution. And Cascade makes it even more brutal. Her watermark adds bonus damage every time a marked target takes magic damage. And in this lineup, magic damage is constant. Relentless. Endless. Every spell. Every converted basic attack. Every proc. Triggers more punishment. The pressure stacks fast. And the snowball becomes harder and harder to stop. Then comes the second defensive wall. Electra. And this is where the lineup becomes truly oppressive. Most teams build one survival layer. This team builds two. Oath of Protection redirects 40% of the damage aimed at your backline directly onto Electra. That means your carries are not only protected by Fluffy's basic attack immunity. They are also sharing their pain with a tank designed to absorb it. And Electra can absorb a lot. Immortal Shell converts her defensive stats into raw strength at the start of the fight, giving her an enormous health pool before the battle even stabilizes. More health. More durability. More time. Then Spark of Life feeds her massive healing through vampirism, allowing her to recover while she is being punished. So the cycle becomes brutal. Your carries take less damage. Electra takes the rest. Electra heals through it. And the team keeps moving. Over and over again. And when Electra activates Embrace of Pain, it becomes even harder to stop. She becomes immune to control. You cannot shut her down. You cannot easily interrupt her. She continues protecting the team with shields. And when those shields finally break, they explode back into the enemy. Now stack every layer together and look at what you are actually fighting. The backline is protected from basic attacks by Fluffy. A large portion of incoming damage is redirected onto Electra. Electra is built to survive it and heal through it. If someone falls, Fluffy can bring them back stronger. And while all of this is happening, the damage engine is escalating in the background. Cascade converts the pressure into magic. Augustus deletes magic defense. Every hit moves closer to pure damage. Orion slows and stuns enemies so they cannot respond quickly enough. And Cascade's rain cuts enemy healing in half while also shutting down resurrection. That last part matters. Because this team gets to come back. Your team does not. That is the real synergy. That is why this lineup is sitting at the top of the arena ladder while many players are still copying yesterday's meta, and wondering why it no longer works. And that is why calling Fluffy overrated completely misses the point. He is not overrated because he is weak. He is underrated because players keep giving all the credit to the cancel, while ignoring the fact that his real job is much bigger. He is the shield. The reset button. The insurance policy. The hero keeping one of the most punishing magic compositions in the game alive long enough to evolve from dangerous into unstoppable. So now you see the truth. Fluffy is not just a cancel tool. He is the foundation holding this entire magic engine together. Protection. Resurrection. Damage conversion. Magic defense destruction. Pure pressure. That is what makes this lineup so dominant. And that is why so many players still fail to understand it. Now I want to hear from you. Have you faced this team in Arena? Are you running it yourself? Or do you think there is a better answer to this composition? Drop your experience in the comments. I want to see how the battlefield looks from your side. And if this breakdown gave you an edge, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications, so you do not miss the next piece of battlefield intelligence. Stay sharp. Adapt faster than the meta. And remember, in Dominion, victory belongs to the ones who understand the war before it begins.